Monks and pilgrims do not bathe in the sea on Mount Athos and on the entire peninsula. This is strictly forbidden by the statutes of the monasteries and the elders of Athos. This is an ancient rule. Although looking at the beautiful magical coast, the fabulous lagoons and the sea gently lapping against the marble of the shore, you want to throw yourself into the waves. But you can't. And why not? Because this holy piece of land is so close to the Mother of God, so close to her presence, that you really have to behave as if you were in her garden. Highly spiritual and chaste. Athos is the garden of the Mother of God, it is her lot. It is also a vineyard, and the monks are the grapes. And it is unacceptable to be naked on the shore, to have fun. It is known from the life of Saint Anthony the Great that he fasted all days and wore camel's hair on his body, and over it he wore leather clothes, which he did not take off until his death. No one had seen the great ascetic take off his clothes since he became a monk. He never exposed his body. Despite all the asceticism, you will never hear an unpleasant smell from the monks of Athos. Everything is pure for the pure, and purity begins with the thoughts. The Gospel says that if the eye of your mind is pure, your whole body will be pure. On Mount Athos, monks go fishing. And on Epiphany they bless the sea. And on that day some people throw themselves into the sea, but still in their clothes. I remember an incident when I was on Mount Athos about 25 years ago, when an article appeared in the Greek newspapers describing how another feminist journalist had boldly violated the law of Athos, which has been in effect for 1,000 years, that women are not allowed to set foot on the shore of Athos. And after getting under the walls of one of the monasteries, she stripped naked and bathed in front of the windows of the monks' cells. She filmed herself and gave a commentary. While she was swimming naked, a shark suddenly appeared in the sea, which is a rarity, and dragged the journalist into the abyss. Only a bloodstain remained on the water, and the victim's belongings were on the shore. I also heard from the elders how reverently one should behave on Mount Athos when walking along the blessed holy paths. Tearing off grass, branches from trees, flowers and throwing them, shouting, laughing, throwing stones, leaving garbage, which happens to tourists in the world, is considered a great sin here. And the punishment is swift. And in the mountainous areas of Athos you can come across abandoned cells, temples and huts. There are ancient icons, gilded iconostases, church utensils and ossuary with heads. All this is covered with the dust of centuries, but remains untouched. And when you leave Athos, the customs officers at the port of Daphne search every bag or suitcase. And if someone is found with an antique, it is a criminal case and can lead to imprisonment. Before the advent of cell phones, it was strictly forbidden to bring a video camera to Athos. And it is still forbidden to take pictures on the territory of the monastery, except with a blessing. Every monk on Athos is responsible for the whole region, and he can make a remark to pilgrims who do not fully understand where they are. It is strange that on Athos there are only male animals. Nature itself is in obedience to the Mother Church. On Athos a person is like under the X-ray. All defects are immediately revealed. It is for the sake of a person's self-knowledge and repentance, and for the sake of change for the better. Hieromonk Isidore said that a clairvoyant came to the monastery of Saint Pantaleimon by boat out of curiosity. As soon as he came ashore, he was attacked by diarrhea. He did not enter the gates of the monastery and spent 3 hours in the toilet. He called a boat and went back. On Athos, everything is clear. You are with Christ or you are not. It is interesting that ascetics who take vows to live a solitary life in the mountains, in caves, in ravines on Athos, fast strictly and do not really get sick. And that's why they don't give off an unpleasant smell. Pure thoughts, pure food and God's grace organically change a person. It changes him so much that he becomes capable of conquering the natural order. And those who have conquered their human nature become capable of conquering the nature of the world around them. Monastery services begin at midnight Byzantine time, when the whole world sleeps. And on Mount Athos, the monks have been praying for the whole world without ceasing for centuries. For whoever conquers evil in himself through prayer conquers the evil of the world.